And so they have given us dispensation that twice a year, but the majorly around the Christmas time, that's when the new year starts and the allotment of karma comes for the next year. They have given an opportunity to write to them directly. And at the end of the year, this for December, I'll explain. By then, hopefully, we will be there to understand the process, and our light is activated enough for us to connect with them. And I will be taking you through how to write the letter to them, what to write, what to consider writing to them, because they hold our karmas. You can ask, you can make certain requests if you're going through a certain difficulties in life, certain relationships, certain things are heavy on you, like your health. You can say, maybe park it for a while, masters, give me, I'm ready to give in return decrease for daily, maybe half an hour, or I will do this service to humanity, or I would, that's your promise to them. And you say, please give me some relief from this particular situation that I'm in. And they do that. They do that because I've experienced that. We all have people the students of Ascended Masters. My teacher has been doing 45 years, that the senior teachers. So there are ways how we connect with them. There are ways how we connect with the angels. We will be learning about that because because the way that I have experienced, I would like you to have that experience too. And until we have experience, it's difficult for a human mind to understand, to believe. And that's because what we have experienced in the past with different practices that you may have experienced in life. So we will be learning on that. So that's the Great Karmic Board. So um, now coming back to any questions so far, because until now I've revised the week before. If you have any questions, ask me, and then we will begin today's topic. No? All right, cool. So now the topic that we are looking into now, which is basically so far what we have covered, which I'm going to revise that also because that also includes today's topic, the I am presence chart. So why are we actually learning about ascended masters? In any practice, in any faith that we go with some kind of expectation as humans. Either we are in some difficulties, or we are needing some physical relief from our or grief, people that we've lost, or financial difficulties. But we go with certain expectation in any faith, So it is important to understand first who we are, our identity. And one of the things that masters have given us is basically the the chart of I am presence. So, and within that, we will learn we have 7 total bodies. You see yourself in a physical body. That is one aspect, how you connect to yourself. But we have 7 bodies altogether. Each and every body has a layer, a sheet of energy. When that sheet of energy is not aligned, or there is an imbalance, that is when we get the diseases. That is when we get the difficulties in a life that sometimes you don't have the answer about. You're sick, but you don't know why you're sick. You're having certain feelings, but you don't know why you're feeling that. You're having certain thoughts, but you don't know why you're having certain thoughts. So, masters teach us the physical body is a gift. Why it is a gift? Because we have the threefold flame in our body, the spark of God. So this body, as in the scriptures say, is a temple of the Holy Spirit, a temple of living God. The living God is in us. So we are not ordinary people. We are highly spiritual beings. But we have forgotten that. We forgot who we are. We've forgotten our identity. So it is important knowing the fact that this body is a temple of God. I need to keep it sacred. I need to keep it healthy. I need to make it a permanently effective. It's a holistic process. Everything has an aspect of a holistic process behind it. So how we do it, we need to keep it clean. We need to work through all our difficulties in the best possible way. And they're there to help us as long as we understand and we recognize who we are. So the physical body is dense and concrete. It's a matter form. But what happens, we make a mistake that this is my real self. This is who I am, like in a physical aspect. But then there are 4 other aspects and 3 more aspects. So it is important to understand this is just not me. The soul is temporarily staying in this physical body, but it is permanent. The soul is permanent, is immortal, but my physical, it is temporarily taking place in my physical body, or it's occupying, I would say. So in order to understand the healing from ailments or diseases, it is important to understand how this process works. What are these bodies that I'm talking about? What is actual healing? Because we go to healers to heal ourselves, but what are they healing? They're healing only our physical body. That is where the healers mostly fail, because they give you a temporary healing. Because where is that going? It is going only to heal the physical body. What about the other bodies? What about the other disturbances that we have in our mental body, in our emotional body, in our spiritual body? And that is when all these bodies are aligned, are purified, are balanced, that's when the wholeness comes. That's when the wholeness of the soul or the true healing comes. So then we don't need a doctor. We may need to heal the physical body, but the rest of the bodies will come also automatically in place once each and every body is healed. So the masters teach us that whatever is manifesting in the physical body, it's because there is an effect of an inner cause. And they show us how to go to the cause behind the effect. So you get to know why you're sick, why you're experiencing that. That's what masters have given us. Not only they've given us the tools, not only they've given us the medicine, I would say, but they let us see the cause and effect. So, any questions so far? So, at the end of it, what we are wanting, we want to be in a perfect health as we came as a pure soul. But because we misused God's energy, we became sick. Disease, if you divide the word dis-ease, okay, that means a lack of something, a lack of good health. So the purpose of healing, why you go to Reiki healers, you go to any healer or psychics, nobody can heal. It's temporary healing. They're actually taking karma. They're loading loads and loads of karmas on themselves. And we are temporarily getting away from the karma balancing we have to go through temporarily. But that karma we will still have to go ahead. We still have to face that karma. So temporarily, if we go to a healer, which is a temporary healing, we are not getting healed at all. So all the negative karmas, all the wrong pattern of beliefs of the previous lifetimes is accumulated in one of the bodies, which is why we are sick, which is why we are feeling we have diseases in our body. So it is important to understand the true meaning of healing, wholeness, right? And let's look at what those bodies are. So the 7 bodies. The 7 bodies are divided into 3 spiritual bodies and 4 what we call lower bodies. Now, the first 3 spiritual bodies are represented in the I Am Presence chart. Now, the Ascended Masters teachings, they have given us 3, other than beautiful other things, they have given us 3 major things. One of the things has been given by them is the identification of ourselves, of who we are, which is represented in this I Am Presence chart. This is the blueprint of us from the God spark, from the spark of the God himself or herself given to us, and it's represented in this chart, which no other religion has. You will be able to see that. When in Hindu scriptures say Aham Brahmasmi, in Vedas, it was really hard for me to understand what it actually meant, or even I am that I am, given to Moses, by God himself. Who are you? I am that I am. That's the name of the God. But Masters actually gave us this chart to make us understand the of who we are. Like when you say I am that I am, or Aham Brahmasmi, it's represented here. So this chart represents the 3 spiritual bodies. They hold the highest vibration. So the first figure is the Your I Am Presence. It corresponds with the Father aspect of God. In Hindus, we say this is Brahman. Buddhists, we call it Dharmakya. And the Christians, we call it as God as Father. This is the Spirit of God individualized for each one of us. Every soul on universe is represented in this chart. This is I am that I am, or Om Tat Sat Om. This is the name of God. It's an ancient name. It is used, we don't use it every day. We don't use it every day. Now, why these teachings are coming now? Because we are in Kali Yuga, but we are standing right at the front of the golden age. The Kali Yuga is, what is Kali Yuga? It is the Yuga where we are ignorant, where the ignorance, what is ignorance? Is darkness. Well, when you have something on your eyes, you can't see yourself, who you are. So because we are ignorant, this is the Kali Yuga. But Masters have given these teachings which represents the practical approach which is to be done in this Kali Yuga, not in the previous ages, but in this, what is more applicable to us, where you actually can see the practical side of it, where you can do every day these worship to God. So that is the top figure, that is represents God himself, or Krishna consciousness, or Christ consciousness. And within that, you see in the middle, it's called, where it's written Om, it's called the causal body. So this causal body is made up of, it's called the first cause of the body. It has all the records of all our past birth, all that we have performed in the past that are stored in the causal body. It is like the blueprint. It is like your bank account in the heaven world. So, and within that is the white spark. And then from that white spark comes the 7 rays, which are the 7 qualities of God's aspect. It is so fascinating, the studies, the teachings, to understand how God created this universe, as we looked at who are the beings. And then what are the qualities of God are given to us. And we have that aspect within us. But we have not identified that. Some of it that we have to work on it, some of it we already have, which represents by major and minor ray. So that is the causal body. Now, the middle figure is called the higher self. That is, when we say my inner my conscious, my intuition, or my inner guru, this is the higher self that's represented by your inner guru. It is also immortal. It never dies. This is the real guru that helps you every single day. But we don't speak to this guru. We are looking outside guru. We are looking for a physical guru. We are looking for someone to tell us what to do. But the guru within us, we don't connect with that because we don't know. We have the guardian angel or the guardian guru within us. We don't need to find an outside figure. It's in us. It is called our dearest friend. This is the most dearest friend you have, that we have, or guardian angel, what we call it. It is present in this chart, in I am present. It is the universal presence of the God represented by the inner guru. It is a small voice that we disregard, that we don't pay attention to, and it is always right. So this is the mediator. This is between God himself or herself and within us in the middle figure. Okay. We can say the middle figure can be the Krishna consciousness or the Vishnu consciousness, depending on the religion that your faith is. Now, and then the last figure is us. Now, if you see between the three figures, there is one white light, one crystal cord is connecting us, which is called the crystal cord. It is the shaft of white light descending from the I am presence, from God himself, through the higher self to us, to the lower figure. And where is it connecting? It is connecting in our heart, to our threefold frame. That is how we are connected with God himself. It is called the white crystal cord. And that's when the child is born. When you cut the navel, the crystal in the navel, that's when the child takes the first breath. In Mahachohan, in the first few weeks we learned about Mahachohan. So we have 7 Chohans and then we have the Mahachohan. So Mahachohan is the one who gives the first breath, and when we leave our body, he's the one who comes to take us. That is through our crystal cord. So the light enters through our body from the top of the head. It nourishes. So basically this light, the crystal cord, is nourishing us. And all our body functions. Our physical heartbeat is through the crystal cord. The spiritual flame in our heart is through the spiritual cord, which is coming from God himself. So this is the 3 spiritual bodies out of the 7 bodies. So now let's look at the first body that we are going to be looking and learning in this week today. So we have the last figure. I'll just add a little bit, the lower figure, maybe just to give you a little bit more information on the lower figure, which is mortal. So we are in the physical body. It comes to an end. We're going to die one day. But around us, there is a spiritual fire of Shiva. Okay, what we call the Holy Spirit. That's around us. That's given by, this is how we look like from the heaven world. All the adepts, all the saints in each and every religion, the major religion, knew about the spiritual flame. They have used the spiritual flame, but it is coming to us in this century. Because in the past we have misused our karmas, we have misused the energies, we forgot about that. But it is coming to us again. It is the flame that can transmute our karmas. Can you imagine that? All the past records which carry grief, which carry pain, which carry some serious physical ailments, it can be transmuted by this flame. It is the fire of Shiva. That's when we say the negativity, he destroys the negativity, he destroys all the poisons in our, and that is through this violet flame. So we are surrounded by this violet flame, but we need to invoke it. We need to call it. Now, let's look at the one of the aspect of the lower body. So we looked at the I am presence, the higher self, and the us as in Jivatma. So Paramatma, Atma, Jivatma. Now, if you read, I've just put together some notes for you as well. Each one of us has a soul, and a soul has an awareness that is integrated in every part of our body, even our finer bodies. So the bodies that I'm talking about are finer bodies. We see ourselves as physical body, but there are other bodies which contain our thoughts, which contain our feelings, which contain our past records. So the very first body that we are going to be learning today, it's called etheric body or memory body. This is the body which is the most highest vibrating out of all the four bodies. It naturally envelops our soul. Okay, so imagine a soul like a little child. That is how our soul is. So we become parent of that soul. We really have to look after our child the way we do to our own children, our brothers and sisters, but we forget how to look after our soul. We forget how to heal our soul. We forget how to cuddle our soul. It's a baby, it's a child. So that is called etheric body, the first body, or the memory body. Now, the etheric body, each and every body corresponds to the element. Remember we looked into the kingdom, the element beings. So if you see in this chart, there are four aspects. There is the etheric body, the mental body, the emotional body, and the physical body. So these are called lower bodies. The spiritual bodies, the highest vibratory, and then these lower bodies. But they're all connected. So it represents the element fire. Masters have told us, just imagine each body as a horse, which is running into time and space together. Imagine you can imagine like the Krishna's, the chariot, the 6 horses, for example, let's say 4 horses. And what happens when one horse falls or doesn't have the same speed as the others? What happens? How long can it go? You tell me. How long that if 2 horses are running and 2 are not together, they need to be have the same momentum in order to go to the destination or whatever their goal is. Same way, our 4 bodies, when they are not aligned properly, when they are not balanced properly, when there is no communication between each other, what's going to happen? Our physical body, obviously, it's going to be affected. That is when we have the diseases. That is when we have the grief. That is when we have the depression. That is when we have the mental health issues, because they're not aligned properly. Is it making sense? Is it something that you're able to follow before I proceed? Because it's important to understand the foundation of that before we actually go into the next bodies in the next weeks. So please tell me if you have any questions, and if not, is it making sense? Am I able to express clearly for you to kind of understand where we're going with this? Is it making sense? Kartiki? Okay, cool. Thank you. So now the etheric body, each body has a 2 aspect. One is the higher aspect, or we call the higher compartment, and then one is the lower compartment. Within each body, there is a higher compartment and the lower. Now, these two etheric bodies contain the records of man's being of his heaven and earth. So the higher compartment represents the higher self, which means the heaven world, and then the lower compartment represents the earth, where we are within each body. So you can imagine the heaven represents the perfections of the soul's origin in God when we came for the first time, when we were just perfect. We had not misused any of our energies. The way soul was made out of the God's consciousness. So all the experiences of the past birth are stored in that etheric body. It is also called the memory body. So as I said, it is the highest vibratory body. It relates to our superconscious mind. Okay, superconscious is where we want to be when we meditate. It is the Krishna consciousness mind. It is the Christ consciousness mind. It is the God's consciousness mind. That's where it relates to. Now, the lower etheric contains basically all the subconscious records, which are based on our behaviors, based on our experience. That is the subconscious mind. And that are experienced in this matter body, which means in this concrete dense body, which we are in right now. So all that experience goes where? In the subconscious mind. And that's the lower compartment of the etheric body. So what happens when, can you imagine all the memories of the past? Sometimes you are experiencing in your dream. You have flashbacks of your past life. Certain things keep coming, but you don't understand why. And what is the purpose of this, basically? What is the purpose of this body? That's first, the important is like you would be thinking, okay, we have the etheric body, but what is the purpose of that? The purpose is, it is a memory of God himself. It is the inner blueprint or ditto copy of the soul when it came from the God. That is the purpose. And when we are in the process of ascension or in the moksha, we are preparing for that. All the good deeds which are done will be collected from there. They are going to be collected there. So when we misuse the energy in this body, what are we causing? We are causing the stress and the diseases. That is the very first cause and effect. That's like a repercussion or the in a physical body. So that is, if you're understanding why am I sick or why am I, that is the very first place you would go to. So as you can read, the original purpose of the etheric body was the vehicle of the memory of God. The memory is the inner blueprint of the soul as it came forth from God. As we study the functions of the four lower bodies, we begin to see how they are correctly used and how mankind have misused them. It is the misuse of the four lower bodies that cause the stress and diseases. So what's happening when we are misusing? We are creating impurities. So what happens when there is impurity? Can you imagine a little, a tap? The God's light is coming from the crystal cord, right? And it's not coming. So it's like the light is coming or the energy is coming, but the four sources, one are going in this, one are going in there, and nobody is going in one direction. So the light is wasted. That's misusing. One of the aspects of misuse. Or because of my ego, because of my own human rebellion nature, I'm just going to do what I want to do because I have this power, so I will misuse this. So that light is basically wasted. Yeah. So that is our first body, the etheric or memory body. So one of the good example I can give is like imagine a 4 colanders, like a little balls, stacked on top of each other. You know, the one like one after another. And when the holes are correctly aligned in each, you know, each bowl has a hole in it. And in order to get the water or the light or anything come out of it, each hole of each colander has to be aligned properly. And when the holes are in properly lined up, what will happen? And if they're not aligned, what will happen? There is a blockage. Or the water or anything that has to pass, it won't pass. And that is why the diseases come. Because they are stuck. They become dense. So the water cannot flow properly. Same thing, the God's energy cannot flow, and that's when we get sick. Because our lower bodies are not functioning properly, so we get sick. So what we need to do, in order to heal properly, we need to align these in bodies properly, so that the light of God can work freely through them in each and every body. So they need to be purified, they need to be healed in order to work properly. And also each body carry a burden of each other. Can you imagine if one is not aligned, the other body is carrying the burden? And what happens when we have too much burden on us? Right? You would have experienced that once or, you know, in life. So this is what we call a true healing. To understand what is a true healing, the wholeness is in working in unison, working in towards, you have one goal and you're aligning each and every body together. So this is, I'd like to focus here only today. And the next weeks we'll be talking about each body, because again, it is important to understand each body at a time. After the sessions of 4 weeks, we will be coming to understand our energy centers, how they work. Because what people do, they want to learn about chakras. But before chakras, we have these bodies where these chakras are held in each and every body. So before you even heal your chakras, you understand the basics of this. So after the next 4 weeks, we will be getting into the energy centers, which is the chakras. By healing our chakras, we heal our bodies. Okay. Any questions so far? So this is our today's topic. We'll have 5-minute break, and then we'll be doing our decrease. We're going to be doing decrease together, and then we have a meditation to align the 4 lower bodies given by Elizabeth Clare Prophet. So let's have 5 minutes break. If you don't need a break, we can continue. If you're wanting a break, we can have a break. So let me know if you're wanting a break, and then we can finish as usual, or you want a break, we can come back in 5 minutes. So let me know what works well for you. And then we do our practical session. Wanting a break, 5 minutes still? Okay, let's have a break, 5 minutes, and we come back. Thank you. So I hope everybody's back. So as we always, when we begin our session, we start with pranayama. That is a basic to align our breathing with all our bodies. So we will inhale 3 times, deep inhalation. You retain the breath and then you exhale. And then we'll chant Om 7 times. So when our bodies are aligning and working properly, functioning properly, the Om chanting manifests very powerfully, because the vibration of Om goes back into the the conscious of the God or him or herself. So that's why the Om chanting is very important in our daily practice. Very, very important. We do different chantings of all the mantras, but we forget the Om. That is the name of God himself. That is the consciousness of God himself. So always begin with pranayama and then we chant Om. So let's just sit comfortably and we will take 3 deep breaths and then we'll chant Om 7 times. So close your eyes, sit in a comfortable position, spine straight, little chin tucked in a little bit, hands in the Jnana Mudra on your knees, index and thumb together, and we take deep inhalation. Stop here and then we exhale. One more breath, inhalation. And we'll chant Om 7 times. Two more breaths. Just relax for a couple of more minutes. And then you open your eyes. We'll be doing decree together. All this work that we are sharing will be of no use if we don't activate the light within us. And the decrees help us to purify our bodies. It helps us to align our bodies because the light of God is released. The energy that we are sending to the Master is sent back thousandfold, which helps us to align and purify our bodies, to heal ourselves as wholeness. So this work is important that we do, which is the practical approach. We do decrees together. And masters have told us when we do group decree, it's not only 4 people, it squares the numbers. It doubles the number. That's how the decrees work. So they are very powerful. And it's important to do it together. So we are going to be doing the tube of light. The tube of light, as we shared with you, is our daily protection. When you have to visualize yourself, the white light of God, white light of the Divine Mother coming from the I Am Presence, which is brighter than the sun shining on us like the snow. And it's an invisible light that surrounds us. And when we are doing that, we are also invoking the violet flame. So this is a tube of light every morning we do. It is 9 feet in diameter that descends from God, extends beneath your feet. That's what you have to visualize. It guards us from malicious energies that are directed through someone's anger, condemnation, hatred, jealousy. So when you're unprotected, can you imagine what you go through? The sudden mood swings, sudden mood changes. Because the negative energies can make you irritable, can make you depressed, and cause you to have certain accidents even. So to bring us to the center point, it's okay, Ritendra. Thank you for joining. Thanks to have you. It's great to have you. Thanks. So we're doing Tube of Light. And the first session we have covered already, but it's okay. I will be revising it next week, so no problem. So the Tube of Light helps us. It helps to seal us, protects us from the mass consciousness, from thoughts of jealousy, envy, all kinds of conditions of disease in the planet. They affect us too. So this is the most important decree in the morning. Let's do it 3 times. This is a small decree. I'm giving you the tube of light. Then there is a larger one, bigger one, but we begin with this. So we're going to say, we usually do 3 times, but we will say it once here. I'm mindful of the time because we have also meditation to do. But it is important that you say it. That is the science. This is the second thing that masters have given us, which is the science of spoken word. I mentioned before, I am presence chart. So let's do this decree together. Beloved, I am presence bright, round me still a tube of light, from ascended master flame, called for now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free, from all discord sent to me. I am calling for violet fire, to blaze transmit all desire, keeping on his freedom name, till I am one with the violet flame. So where it says, let it keep my temple free. What does it mean? We just learned about this body is a temple of God. So we are saying, let me keep my temple free. I don't want any energy, any unwanted, any unprotected energy in my body temple. So this is to be done every day 3 times. Right? Now let's look at the Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is Lord Hanuman as per Hindus. He gives us the protection. He holds the blue ray. He represents the blue flame, right? And he has a sword that from which he protects us. So you're traveling, you are in a difficult situation, you're feeling unprotected, you call Archangel Michael. The simple mantra, simplest that you can call him, Archangel Michael, help me, help me, help me. Archangel Michael, help me, help me, help me. And that is his mantra. If you ever need him, you call him with this mantra. He will be there with you, but you have to call him. So we're going to do, this is a new decree that we're doing it. We have not shared with you, but we would just want to practice it together so that eventually we'll share with you so that you do it on your own. So where it says refrain, the second paragraph, that means that paragraph has to be repeated after each para. So we'll do it together and then you practice it. Lord Michael, I call on to thee. Wield thy sword of blue flame, now cut me free. Blaze God power, protection now into my world. Thy banner of faith above me unfurl. Transcend through lightning, now flesh through my soul. I am by God's mercy made radiant and whole. So this is the refrain, and then the second para. Lord Michael, I love thee, I do. With all thy great faith, my being in blue. Blaze God power, protection now into my world. Thy banner of faith above me unfurl. Transcend through lightning, now flesh through my soul. I am by God's mercy made radiant and whole. Then the three para. Lord Michael, and legions of blue. Come seal me now, keep me faithful and true. Blaze God power, protection now into my world. Thy banner of faith above me unfurl. Transcend through lightning now flesh through my soul. I am by God's mercy made radiant and whole. So this makes one decree. Now, always we finish the decree, the coda, which is to be repeated 3 times. I am with thy blue flame now full charge and blessed. I am now in Michael's blue flame armor dressed. I am with thy blue flame now full charge and blessed. I am now in Michael's blue flame armor dressed. I am with thy blue flame now full charge and blessed. I am now in Michael's blue flame armor dressed. So this completes the whole decree. And in full faith I consciously accept this manifest. And in full faith I consciously accept this manifest. And in full faith I consciously accept this manifest. Right here and now, with full power, eternally sustained, all powerfully active, ever expanding and world enfolding, until our holy ascended in the light and free. Beloved I am, beloved I am, beloved I am. So we have the preamble, which is the beginning of the decree. Then we have the body of the decree, and then we have the sealing of the decree. With that, you're sealing the decree. So this is a very, very important decree of Archangel Michael. He protects you not only from unwanted or unprotected energies, but he also brings the power to you. If you're feeling low in energy, if you're wanting a boost of energy, you call Archangel Michael with the simplest mantra, Archangel Michael, help me, help me, help me. Your car, you got up in an accident or something, you've lost something, you're wanting someone's support, you're waiting for someone to call you, Archangel Michael, help me, help me, help me. And as per the will of God, obviously, the will of God is the one who decides what is good for us or not, but we make that call. We invoke the Archangel Michael. That is the Archangel Michael. Now we have the violet flame. So always before we call violet flame, we always call the protection before, because the violet flame is our treasure. Okay? We need to protect it because the energies can steal this light from us. The flame, the fire flame of God. So we need to protect. So we call the Archangel Michael before, and then we do the violet flame. Never do the violet flame by itself. So we do, I am the violet flame in action in me now. I am the violet flame, to light alone I bow. I am the violet flame in mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God, shining every hour. I am the violet flame, blazing like a sun. I am God's sacred power, freeing everyone. So we do it minimum 3 times. Any decree is to be done 3 times minimum. Now, obviously they are in English, and you will say why? Because as I said, they are given with a practical approach to be used in this century. Because Master says What is spirituality? Spirituality is when you become practical. That's when you become spiritual. Practicality and spirituality go hand in hand. That's exactly how the El Moria, Master El Moria, has said in one of his quotations. So, what is spirituality? We live in everyday life, what we things we do, we bring spirituality within that. And that means every day when we live our life, we want to be practical as much as possible. So that's why these are given in this to us, because they are practical, they are easy to say it, but don't take it just because they are in English, that are just words together. These are the formulas. These have come from the mouth of God himself. These are not just any word. They carry light. They carry high vibrations. So never think just because in English and I am Hindu, yes, they are in English because they are released in the West. However, this is not new even for Hindus. We have learned about the science of spoken word in Vedas as mantras when we invoke. Why we chant mantras? Because there's a science behind how we invoke, through our word, through our energy. So in the same way, the decrees is another aspect of worshiping God, which is through the science of spoken word. It holds a tremendous power. We know the prayers, we know the meditation, but they are the silent aspects of how we connect with God. But the decrees is the active form how we connect with God. Right? And when we are doing decree, like I said, we are purifying each and every body. The light of the Master is released in all our chakras, in all our energy centers. And so this is the pattern we do, the tube of light, then we do Archangel Michael, and then we do violet flame. And at the end of the violet flame, then you seal the session. So before we seal the session, we are going to be doing a meditation now to align our 4 lower bodies. Any questions regarding the decree, you can ask me now. Until now, whatever we have shared with you to do at home, at your own pace, tube of light, Archangel Michael, and violet flame. Please do it twice a day minimum. I recommend that. And you can take all this wisdom, but until we put in practice, the light is not going to be activated. We need to reignite this flame within us. And one way is through decrees. Yes, we do meditation. Yes, we do prayers. Like I mentioned, those are the silent, those are the passive forms of worshiping with God, not the active. So we need the decrees, we need the signs of spoken word in order to progress in our spiritual life. So please continue these decrees every day, at least twice a day. We will be doing in each and every session, because until we do this practically, all this wisdom will just go and sit somewhere. But I want us to be actively involved in this. Well, Hanuman Chalisa Kartiki is given again. There is no difference basically. We also chant that, right? That is also the science of spoken word is given. Why we don't just do it mentally? You know, we always chant Hanuman Chalisa as well. They both are Hanumanji. They both have the electronic presence of the same energy that Archangel Michael and Hanumanji is. That's what we have been told by the masters. Like Ganeshji and the divine director are one. They are the same. There is no difference between them. It's how in the kingdom, the way the masters have given us, this is where the archangels have the higher beings. They are the highest cosmic beings. And in Hindu, we relate to him as Hanumanji. But there is no difference between them. However, the decrees which are given by, like I said, the mouth of God himself. These are the formulas given by the masters to us, not just made up by any human being. So both have the science of spoken word. There is no difference in that. We both chant that verbally. And both are for protection. Why we go to Hanumanji? Because for protection. Archangel Michael as well. It's a protection. But these studies have been released, like I said, the Ascended Masters are released, the teachings come from both East and West. And East and West have the 7 major religions, right? And so can you imagine all that come together as the Great White Brotherhood? Yes, they may seem very different because if, as per Hindu, we do chanting in mantras, but my personal experience has been I used to chant, I do mantras as well, of course, I do mantras, I chant. But it is important when I connect with the mantra to understand the science behind it. Like what that mantra means. I may remember or I may pronounce, and if you're not pronouncing it properly, the actual mantra won't work. It will never work because if we are not pronouncing it properly. And for me, not only the pronunciation, if I don't understand the meaning of it, I'm just repeating it. I'm just repeating what it's written in the book. So masters have given this practical approach. Again, I'm saying this is a practical approach, what is rightly used to be used in this century. Not in the previous golden ages, Satyuga, where everybody could chant Sanskrit mantras, everybody was a temple priest, and they had inherited that because they were born in Satyuga. But we are in the Kali Yuga. We need to do the practical things here. I mean, the rituals even, every day that we do. We have to understand, we have to be practical, what is possible, what is not possible for me. So, this is what the decrees do. This is the power of decrees, which no religion has shared this before. In this century, why it is coming now, as I mentioned, because we are very close to the Satyug. And I'm mindful of the time. Thanks, Mario. Any other questions before we start our meditation? All right, so I've chosen today the meditation on radiating our 4 lower bodies. So sit in a comfortable position and close your eyes. It will take 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes, we will sit in a silent...
Radiating the light of spirit.
We will sit in the 10 minutes. After this straight, you go into the silent meditation for 10 minutes.
Through your 4 lower bodies.
Deep breaths before we start our guided meditation.
Radiating the light of spirit through your 4 lower bodies. Go within and draw your attention to your heart, placing your hand over your heart to help focus your awareness there. Breathe deeply until you feel calm and centered. With your eyes closed, chant the words, "I am that I am," 9 times.
I am that I am. 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 I am that I am.
Visualize and feel the divine light of your I Am presence descending over your crystal cord through your Christ self into your heart. See and feel that light expanding outward from your heart and penetrating each of your 4 lower bodies one at a time. Let the light energy flow first into your physical body, radiating into every muscle, organ, and cell. Visualize the light flooding and consuming any troublesome physical condition you may have, producing perfect health and vitality. In your emotional body, let the light of your I Am presence radiate into any negative feelings you may have. Let it dissolve all anger, frustration, anxiety, fear, and grief. Feel it washing over you, eliminating all tension and establishing a profound peace. As the light energy moves into your mental body, see it penetrate and consume any negative or disturbing thoughts. See these thoughts melting as the light of your presence moves through them, producing a positive mental outlook. Now in the etheric body, try to recall a painful memory. Direct the light of your I Am presence into this remembrance. See it dissolve every facet of the memory until it entirely disappears. Conclude your meditation with the following affirmations.
I am the perfect wholeness and harmony of my 4 lower bodies, now made manifest. I am the perfect wholeness and harmony of my 4 lower bodies, now made manifest. I am the perfect wholeness and harmony of my 4 lower bodies, now made manifest. I am grateful for the gift of light in my world today. I am grateful for the gift of light in my world today. I am grateful for the gift of light in my world today. I am light, light, light. I am light, light, light. I am light, light, light.
In the name of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Divine Mother, we accept it done in full power according to the will of God. Om Amen. Om Tat Sat. Gratitude for being present today. Let your soul drink this nectar of the teachings of masters. This nectar will bring us to the higher levels of our consciousness and help us to connect with the consciousness of God within us. I thank each one of you, and I hope and I encourage you that you do this practice on a daily basis at home. Do not take it lightly. We don't have much time. When I say we don't have much time, because we don't know when is our last day, when is our last breath. So don't take it lightly. Guru Ma has said in one of her dictations that these teachings, when we are, if we don't take it seriously and we have misused the energy and we are standing in hell or in not in heaven world, not with the cosmic beings, the lords of karma will caution us. So what did you do? And Guru Ma has said that the lords of karma will remind us by the pictures of the ascended masters, by the picture of Guru Ma placing in front of us, will say, you were given these teachings, but you did not take it seriously. You were shown the images of ascended masters. You were given the decrees, but you did not take it. That was your choice. You have wasted one birth. This has been shared with us by Guru Ma. So Guru Ma always say, if someone is coming, even in one session, show us the images of the ascended masters. When their time will come, they will be shown by the ascended masters, the lords of karma, that you were given this opportunity, but you did not take it. You wasted it. So we don't want to be in that position where we are standing in ourselves in that hell, or, just in front of us we have heaven world, but we cannot, which means we have to take another birth. So don't let it waste. Don't take this life and these teachings as lightly. Do not. You may not relate with it because you're born as Hindu or you're born in a particular religion, but these teachings are above religion. They're above religion. I can only share this with you. I wish you all the best, and I hope and I encourage you to continue this, and you will feel the difference. Not just I'm saying because I'm saying it. You will feel the difference. You will experience it. Let the light be activated. Let the masters be with you. Call them, and you will see it. With this, we conclude the session today. And we will continue the next 3 sessions on each and every week. We are talking about healing our bodies, not just physical body, all our bodies, so that we become whole. And we'll be learning in the next 3 weeks. And after that, we'll get into chakras. So thank you for joining. All the best for the rest of the week. Always victory. That's what we say. If you have any questions, write to me in the chat. Write to me directly. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for your consistent service, for joining every week. You respond to me always. Thank you, Clara. Thank you for always be there. I know it is Sunday afternoon. I know you want to be with the family. We want to be with family too. But this time is never going to come. Let me tell you that. We live in time and space. We have to make choices, the right choices. This time will never come. We have 168 hours in a week, and within that, you're taking an hour and a half for this spiritual progress, which is going to take you in a higher conscious level. So don't take it lightly. I know you could be going for a walk. I know you could be spending time with your family. I'd like to do that too. But I have the rest of the week to do with my family. I plan my life accordingly, because this is the most important thing for me and for my family and for my soul. This is what I encourage you to make the right choice. We don't have much time left. Thank you, Ritendra. Thank you for coming. Really lovely to see you. And anything you'd like to say, Mario, before we end?
I'd like to say it's good to have a consistent people attending, but we would like to see more. And
that's right. And that's what we ask you to help us. Help not us, but to spread the teachings of masters. This is very important. We are working for our own ascension. We are working for our own progress. But there are 1 million souls who are waiting to receive these teachings. 1 million souls we have been given by the numbers, by the masters, who are waiting to receive these teachings. We need to reach to them. We need to do our best to reach out to them. We cannot be selfish, just bring it for ourselves and not reach to them. These studies will take us for our ascension. So help yourself to help others. That's how I say it. We help ourselves, we help others. And that is our karma. That is our service for the humanity. So we put each and every drop counts. The people, even you bring one soul in the session, that counts a lot for that soul's ascension, the healing of that soul. So each one of us, we do our bit. And that is important. That's what we expect. We don't even expect, we only hope. That's what we hope. That's what masters do. They hope from us that we put 100%. Thank you so much. All the love and blessings to all of you that we need to continue our journey. Thank you. Om Tat Sat Om.